baby with no teeth, no mistakes, just sweet potato. And the skin touched her skin, and then she went completely bright red. I mean, she did react when she first ate peanut butter. Good girl. The anxiety of weaning her was quite a lot for me. Hello honeys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining me now, then hi, my name's Imogen, and 2 days ago I broke my camera. Yay! So I'm actually using my old Canon G7X, which takes me back to the older YouTube video days. I've been using a Sony from now on, but I've got my old camera, so I'm buzzing. The viewfinder goes up though, so I'm going to try and not look up, because the other one's viewfinder goes to the right, so let's just go with it. Today, I know this isn't going to be a very interesting video for anyone out there that hasn't got children or is expecting children or is interested in having children, but I really want to put this video out there because I just want to share my journey. So today is going to be all about weaning. So I have been documenting over the last few weeks, over a month now, I think, over a month actually, of weaning Renalia. So she has been exclusively breastfed for over 5.5 months. We obviously are going to answer all questions about everything you sent me about weaning, but at the end of the video I'm also going to put in lots of different clips of Renalia trying different foods, showing you her reactions. I'm also going to put in clips showing you when she's finished and when she doesn't want food, or when I don't try and push her for food. I'm also going to show you some differences where she's been gagging, to show you sort of how the body works, etc, etc, etc. But you guys have sent me loads of questions about weaning. Just a quick disclaimer, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very much going from a book. We've been on this journey now for over a month and I'm still learning, so I'm sure you're going to pick up things in this video when Renalia is eating that I've probably done wrong or something like that, but I feel like we're getting there. This morning she had some French toast with some peanut butter and some cinnamon, and she had a little bit of plain yogurt with some berries in there. So yeah, we made a homemade hummus for her yesterday, obviously without salt, and she is loving it and she's really enjoying it and we're really enjoying it, and I feel like I've got less nerves now. At the very beginning of weaning I was like, oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking, but I'm going to go into the questions. I'm sorry if I'm going to look at my phone, but I've got all the questions written down. So yes, stay tuned for all about Renalia weaning and all about her reactions to foods and just anything we've learned. So let's do it. When did you start and what did you start with? So we started around 5.5 months, about maybe a week or 2 weeks before she was 6 months actually. And we were advised, we spoke to our health visitor. She was holding her neck up, her head up on her own, and she was sitting up on her own. But we didn't want to start for a while, so we didn't look at those signs. But we actually have a book, How to Wean Your Baby, which is by Charlotte Sterling Reed, and I'll show you the book in a minute. And that book has really helped us, because actually in there there's different cues that you should look at. Yes, they should be able to hold their head up. Yes, they should be able to sit up, and that's because of their neck control and stuff like that. Obviously, you need to be able to have a strong neck when you're eating, for your esophagus and for your, passage. But there are different signs in there. I'm obviously not a healthcare provider. I obviously don't know. But yes, we started about over a month ago now, and we started with broccoli. And interestingly enough, in the book, which I really like the book, it basically gives you mashed versions, some pureed versions, and handheld, so that a baby gets used to a spoon, a baby gets used to holding their hands, and it's just really, really good, I think, personally, giving them different textures. And we've been blending everything normally with my milk, because she didn't try dairy until like 2 days ago. So she had cheese and yogurt 2 days ago. She's had eggs. But yeah, it's all very exciting, but I'll get the book, I'll show you, because it'll help me explain to you. So this is the book, How to Wean Your Baby. And in there's a massive amount of stuff to read beforehand, and it talks to you about all the nutrients, foods to avoid, everything. When I mean, it literally tells you like all about gagging, choking, it tells you about all the different food, different textures of how you could feed them, different approaches. So yeah, she normally does the combined approach. We do less pureed stuff now, although yesterday she had her first smoothie bowl, and that was obviously a complete puree in a way, because it was in the smoothie maker, in the blender. But then we give her something handheld to also have during the meal. But now we've gone, like we did the easy hummus pinwheels yesterday, and there's just so many things. But we followed the 30 days with her, and at the beginning it does say that a baby can take up to 10 times to like something. Is it 10 times or 7 times? One of them. But Renalia didn't really like broccoli at the very beginning, and then the second time she tried it, she loves it, and it's actually one of her favourite foods now. Steamed veg. so nice. Good girl. Big, big, big girl. Good girl. Well done. Mummy, have some. It's called aubergine, this one. That's good. I think someone likes aubergine. Not that one. Clever girl. Broccoli's actually quite nice. So broccoli for the second time. What do you think? Do you like a bit of aubergine? You do like your... I'm not sure about aubergine. She's just working that one out. Clever chewing girl. Do you want to try a bit of aubergine yourself? She's not sure. She is not sure. What about this one? Try this. She's not sure of cauliflower. Clever.
What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. Is that good? Thumbs up?
Cauliflower's not your favourite, and that's all right, girl. It's all right, baby girl. Good chewing. So don't give up, but don't force. That's one thing I've learned. Like, if she didn't like it, I'd just be like, okay, don't worry, you don't need to eat it. Because I think then you encourage bad behaviours if you're force feeding them to eat. Because then they're like, well, that's what the book says. Don't quote me on anything, but that's what the book says. Because, you know, if they're going to have a negative idea of food time and meal times and being forced to eat something they don't like, then they're never going to want to eat something, and then they're going to have this negativity associated with feeding. So yeah, she loves broccoli now, so it just goes to show that trying something, it works. How did you deal with the anxiety of choking? The anxiety of weaning her was quite a lot for me, because I had so many questions going around in my head, like, how much milk does she need? Especially when I was like breastfeeding, I was like, oh my god, now we're going to try different milks. And then I was like, oh, well, I don't eat gluten, so she doesn't need gluten. She probably won't be in her diet. And then I was like, I don't like soy. I don't like soy. Soy doesn't react well with my body. And I was like, oh, I don't need to give her soy or anything like that. But actually, I had a really good conversation with Solid Starts, and they have an app. And we actually got to have a Zoom call with her in America, and it was really funny. We thought we were speaking to her at 3:30 p.m. our time. It was 3:30 p.m. her time, and that was at 8:30 p.m. at night. But it was amazing, and she basically said that you have to introduce these allergens to see how they react, because if they're allergic to soy, then you know you can't have anything with soy in their diet. But also, if you don't give it to them, you can produce an aversion to foods, and you can produce an intolerance by not giving it to them. So you try all allergens in the morning, because obviously if there's a reaction or anything like that. But having all this information really did help me, and I know it sounds silly, but I'm a little bit of a control freak and I like to know things. So having a book really, really helped me, because I just got to refer to the book.
Just hanging out. Is your tongue?
I think you like that one, don't you?
Do you know what I think she likes? I think she likes the water element of it. It's quite watery.
Big claps for Analia. Eating courgette. Good girl. Good girl. You're so clever. You're so amazing. I'm not sure you're going to like spinach, girl. And now I feel like we're free range. Like, she can eat anything we eat now without salt and sugar, and obviously other things that they can't have, like honey. But I feel like now when we eat dinner, I literally just make like a little bolognese, and I'll make her gluten pasta, because I have gluten-free pasta. But I'll make her all the bolognese from scratch without using like sauces and stuff, because they've got added salt. And I feel so much more confident. So if anyone is out there is anxious about baby-led weaning and weaning in general, you know, purees or anything, honestly, the nerves go with over time, and you're like, oh, I feel more experienced. I'm still learning loads of things, but I feel so much more comfortable now to be like, we were out the other day and I just ordered some toast and butter for her, and I gave her some and she loved it, and then some avocado on the side. And yeah, I just feel so much more confident. But I was so nervous. I was so nervous about the gagging. I was so nervous about the choking. And one thing that really helped me was doing a first aid course. So Daisy First Aid, Brighton and Hove, she came here. She's a trained nurse. She's been doing it for over 25 years. She came here to the house. It was me, Spencer, my mum and dad, because my mum and dad are the ones that would probably look over after her if she was ever with them overnight. Not that I'm even thinking about that right now. But yeah, so I wanted them to know like the difference between choking and gagging, and I also wanted, even though they knew it because they had, you know, my mum's got 4, my dad's got 3 children. I just wanted them to sort of, because they never knew about baby-led weaning. Like, baby-led weaning is so new to them. So I wanted to understand things, and we learned all the CPR, and we learned all about how to, you know, help your baby if they're choking. And basically, obviously, I hope that you guys follow whatever course you want to do, or if you don't want to do a course or whatever. But honestly, it was like £25 a head, and it was so worth it. The things I learned, and we got this little first aid kit at the end of it that we got, and yeah, I just genuinely, the knowledge was power for me. And it says, if they're loud and red, go ahead. If they're silent and blue, they need you. That makes me want to cry because it's awful thinking about it. But we have had a lot of gagging experiences, and she is loud, very red, and it's awful. But you have to sit there with your hands on your bum, and you have to go, yes, good girl. And it's so hard. And I'm going to show you some videos of her gagging. Not like the really extensive ones, just a little bit.
Ready? You can have another carrot there if you want. Nice. And now you're going to try a bit of kale, ginger, and carrot. Now, ginger's a bit of a funny taste. You might not like it, but you'll have to bear with Mum, because she knows what she's doing. Oh, is it yourself? Now, Mummy loves ginger. Mummy loves ginger. Yes. Mummy's going to have her own smoothie of kale, carrot, and ginger. Mmm. I'll give you some more on this one. Here we go. Nice. Good girl. Nice. She's not sure, everyone. She's very good, though. Turkey, pasta, and pepper.
And spring onion.
And spring onion. It's basically a bolognese.
Nice.
Yum. His mummy's here. Oh, got some more. Mum. That's nice. Yum. Yum.
You give my son.
Thank you, Dad.
She enjoys it.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Well done, Dad.
Okay, yeah.
She's saying that it could do with a little bit of salt and pepper, but I'm not really allowed it at the moment. Good girl. Mince is a hard one, not giving her for a while now. Oh, which one do you want? Pepper or pasta? Pepper. She just had a whole bit of pasta. It's gone. Daddy prefers pizza. Mummy prefers pasta. I think you'll like pizza as well.
It's amazing how our gag reflex works, and sometimes she's eating too much and she's grabbing too much, and she'll start gagging and it just brings it to the front of the mouth, and then she's like, I'm going to spit that out. Don't want that bit. And I just find it magical. I don't go in with my fingers or anything like that. You can't do that because you can wedge something, you can lodge something, you don't know if you've got everything out. So yeah, anyway, that really helped me. So that kind of, I think it's always there about the choking, but as you move forward things, you know different textures, like mince. Oh my God. When we first gave her mince, we did have to blend it up, but she was just gagging left, right and centre. So we left it a couple of days, we gave her different foods, and then we tried it a little bit more with my milk. We mashed it in, we really blended it, and then we, you know, stopped blending it so much, and we really tried it, and now she's a bit better with mince. She had mince the other day with some turkey mince, with some onion, paprika, and sweet potato, and some peas. Loved it. A little shepherd's pie, I guess. Okay, how many times a day does she eat? So we are actually coming to like 3 meals a day now. So she'll have a breakfast, lunch and dinner. Before it was only 1 meal. And then I spoke to Charlotte, who owns this book, who wrote this book. And I asked her, what shall we do? She's looking more hungry. She will finish her food completely. So I was like, you know, is there something more I can do? And she basically said that to repeat a meal that she's already had. So she can have her new meal, then she has a repeated meal in the afternoon, and now we're kind of moving towards 3 meals a day. And she doesn't finish all of her food because we're still trialing different things, and the new flavours and stuff. Like, I'm starting to learn what she loves, and some things she's a bit like, oh, what's that? But yeah, we've started giving her 3 meals a day, not full big meals, but 3 times a day she's eating now. And has she had any reactions? What does she not like at first? So yeah, like I said, mint she did not like at first. We had to make this thing in the book, and it was like butternut, no, it wasn't butternut squash, it was something beans, cannellini beans, strawberries and spinach all blended up in the blender. She was like, what is this? And basically what the book entails and tries to do, by the way, I'm not sponsored by this book, I just really like it, it's just really helped me, but basically by trying those different flavours, it makes the mouth go, whoa there fella, what's that? These wild flavours, and then they start going, oh okay, if you can give them that, you can give them the strawberry on its own, and they'll enjoy the strawberry on its own, and it's really, really helped us. She did have some reactions. She had some contact reactions that we did check with the GP, it was all fine. We also checked with an allergen specialist, the allergen hotline. But she had a contact reaction to aubergine. So it's apparently the histamine in the skin, and the skin touched her skin, and then she went completely bright red. I mean, she's got very rosy red cheeks at the moment because she's got teething and eczema, which we are looking into, because I've tried every single cream and people keep telling me to go to the doctor. So, but it's not giving her any pain or anything like that, or itching. I think it's a bit of eczema, but again, I kind of want just some advice because I've tried Aveeno, Charles Farm, I've tried everything. I've been to the pharmacist, so I think just it's best not going to the doctors. They gave us hydrocortisone before, but you can only use that for like 2 or 3 days on the skin because it's a steroid and it rips the skin, so we won't use that. So yeah, she had a reaction to aubergine, and she actually had a reaction the first time she ate peanut butter. So she did react when she first ate peanut butter.
What do you think about it? It's got peanut butter in it. Mmm, peanut butter. You do it yourself. You do it yourself. Good girl. That's really good.
Not in a way of being allergic to it, but a contact reaction-y, oh, this is a little bit too much. So we left peanut butter for about a week. We bought peanut butter back. We tried a tiny bit more. And yeah, she had peanut butter this morning. She was loving it. And she had peanut butter a lot of mornings. She likes almond butter as well. So you have to try the different tree nuts and stuff like that. But yeah, she had reactions, but they weren't reactions severely. And what allergens have we got to go? I'll try and get in the book what allergens we've got to go, because then I can kind of talk you through them. Shellfish and stuff we haven't done yet. Yeah, so eggs she's done, peanuts she's done, almonds she's done, oats she's done.
Hey, you've got some fingers. Cinnamon, banana, and a bit of strawberry. Dash of almond milk and some oats.
Nice.
Daddy's gonna have some. You're not trying hers, you're having your own. Daddy's hungry.
Do you want some? Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, Daddy. No, like a lolly.
Lovely.
Lovely. Daddy's having some.
Cow's milk, cheese and yogurt she's done. Shellfish she hasn't, but she's done fish. She's done salmon and another fish. Wheat she's done in bread. Couscous she's had. Pasta she's had. She hasn't had soya milk yet, and she hasn't had tofu. She's had celery. She hasn't had mustard. She hasn't had mustard. She hasn't had like dried apricots, sulfur dioxide. Lupin she hasn't had. Mollusks, and sesame she has had because she's had a bit of tahini. So we've done quite a lot of the allergens, and we're just going to keep repeating them. And apparently you have to keep them in their diet to help avoid, you know, any aversions. But intolerances and stuff can develop later on in life. But for the moment, that's where we're going. So yeah, hope that answers your question.
I feel like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Whoa, give me sweet potato, I love it so much. I'm never baby-led, weaning baby. Who am I if I can't eat sweet potato? Just a baby with no teeth, no mistakes, just sweet potato. You like chicken?
Daddy's had porridge and chicken for breakfast. I've had some peas. Vitamin C. Ha! Get buff.
She likes chicken, kidney beans, sweet potato, and coriander. Nice. Nice, Mummy. Thank you, Daddy and Mummy.
My little Formula 1 car.
Speaking of, it was on yesterday. Daddy doesn't like coriander. Mummy only just started liking it in sort of curries, things like that. It's the only time I really like coriander, Angel. Sometimes in rices.
Signs she gives you when she's finished. So I can put some videos in now. But she'll tap, she'll go, ah. I'll try and go like this, she'll go no. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, that was really good. Even if sometimes it's taken us about an hour and a half to prep a meal, and then she has one mouthful. I'm like, well done, that was amazing. And inside I'm thinking, oh my God, that took so bloody long. But it is what it is. You know, that's the whole preparation of things, and that's just what it is, and that's the way we've gone down it, and that's the route we've gone down it. A same meal in the next couple of days, and then she'll like it. And, you know, it's really rewarding watching her like the foods that you're creating, and then it's also really rewarding watching her like things that she didn't like a couple of days ago. So it's really interesting, it's really exciting. I think my parents wished that they had baby-led weaning when we were around.
Good girl. Today's meal is overnight oats with banana, cinnamon, almond milk. Oh no, this is oat milk today. Bit cold, isn't it? It's been in the fridge. It goes. You love oats. If you don't want any, that's fine.
Yeah, she tells me when she's finished. Like, she'll just close her mouth and she's like, I'm not having any of it. And then she'll just make noises, and then she's like tapping this, like, I'm done. I'm done. Like, and I'm like, okay then, hun. That's absolutely fine. But sometimes, I will just say, those signs sometimes signify that she wants more. So I do try her with one, and then if she goes no, I'm like, okay, you're definitely done. Food prep. That's always fun and games. Again, it's so easy for us because we followed a book, but now we've got lots of different Instagrams. I follow lots of different TikToks that have got different baby-led weaning recipes, and now we know what she likes. We just mix concoctions together, and especially when we're eating things, like if I'm having eggs and avocado for lunch, I will give her bread, the toast, a little bit of butter, egg and avocado, and she can have it herself. You know, it's all different things like that. So, and there's just things that you do avoid, and that's in the book, but I feel like the food prep is long. It is long, but like last night we had some homemade chicken nuggets with gluten-free breadcrumbs. Admittedly, they are gluten-free breadcrumbs, but I'll give her some of those today. You know, they were a healthy version of making chicken breadcrumbs. We made them in the air fryer, chicken nuggets, and I'll give her some of those today. So whatever we have now, we give her if she's not awake for our dinner time, because yesterday she went to bed really early. She went to bed at 5 because she missed her naps. So she didn't get to eat dinner with us, but we gave her an early dinner. So yeah, food prep's getting a bit easier. It is harder in the earlier days, and I'm sure there's other things that we're going to try where we're going to be like, oh God. But it's actually making me enjoy food more, because I'm like, I like prepping these. Like, we all had French toast the other morning. It was so nice. Does she feed herself? Yeah, I'll put some videos in here of her sort of grabbing the spoon off me.
Who's the biggest girl? Peas, egg and rice. Clever girl. Peas, egg and rice. Peas, egg and rice. Peas, egg and rice is so very nice. Is that nice? Good girl. I'll chew in the spoon now. You want some more? Do you like avocado? You like avocado?
No.
Take her to the Palace Pier. She can grab anything. Oh.
You do it yourself? That's really
Clever
good.
girl.
Oh. That's a big one.
There we go.
That's a nice one. That is actually really nice, isn't it? You want to feed yourself? Oh, you want to do it yourself? Today you've got some pasta pieces as handhelds, and you've got tomato and cannellini beans. Yum. Wow. You love your pasta, don't you? That's really clever. Oh, wow. Clever girl.
We sometimes just give her a spoon to play with so that she can understand, you know, holding a spoon and doing it. But normally when I'm feeding her like this, let's say I go like this, she'll grab it like this, and then she's like, and then she'll sort of twist it around. I'm like, yeah, twist it around so she can get the bit underneath there. But obviously she doesn't cut up a knife and fork and stuff, because that wouldn't be, I mean, wow, if your baby does that, then I think that's incredible. But I don't think they do that at this age at all. Yes, she is feeding herself by baby-led weaning, so she is grabbing the food and she's doing all herself. Sometimes we leave it all out there for her. Sometimes we'll give her some stick like this and she can choose which one she likes. Sometimes I'm like, which one do you want? And I'll show you a video of that now.
Broccoli or carrot? Which one do you want? You want broccoli? Oh, that one fell apart.
Just because I feel like that's quite fun for her to choose what she likes. You know, she'll have the other thing next, and then sometimes I'll do like 2 carrot sticks, and I'm like, which one do you want? Has she dropped any milk feeds? So you know when it was quite sunny about a week and a half ago, oh my God, the girl was drinking so much, and I was like, I thought she was going to drop feeds as she started weaning, but because I think she was hot and she was dehydrated, she wanted more milk from me. We are giving her bits of water here and there, because when you're breastfeeding and water, I think there's a, we're just, again, following the book, so don't quote me on anything. But we're just doing a couple of sips of water, etc. at meal times. She hasn't really dropped feeds. I don't feed her straight away. That's one thing that the lady from Solid Starts told me, Jen. She was like, whatever you do, don't feed Renalia straight after she's said no to food, or if she's done with food, because then she'll go, oh, if I don't want to eat this, I can just get mum's milk. And that way you're never going to encourage healthy habits with food. So we'll get her out of the chair. I'll hold her for a bit, sit her upright, because obviously I'm not going to lie down, play with some toys, and then I'll, on my cue, I'll go, okay, I'll feed you now. And I'll give her the milk. She's not going, I want milk anyway. I wouldn't like reject her if she really, really wanted milk. But yeah, it's just a better way for us. I feel like it works. And I feel like one night my boobs got really engorged, and my boobs have been quite engorged. And I find that when I express, my boobs get way more engorged, because I'm like, wow. Like the next day, I'm like, oh my God, my boobs think I'm needing the milk at this time. And then they're just, yeah, not regular. But I will say for definite, she's still drinking. Maybe she's not drinking as much, but she's still growing. She's still growing. We've got little weighing scales, because when I was first breastfeeding, I was really worried about, because she was born on the 9th centile, so I just wanted to know, especially when the health was still coming around, we were seeing them. But I just got a baby weighing scale, so we weigh her when it's like her 6 months, when it's her monthly things, and she's still on her centile. She's still on her 93rd centile or something, so she's still drinking, or she's eating whatever she needs to, so she's getting that, and that's positive. So yeah, she's drinking. I thought she'd just drop the feeds, but I think she'll drop the feeds as she gets bigger, and I think she'll drop the feeds as she eats more, won't she? I don't really know how it works. Like, I think my daughter will wean herself. I think she'll wean herself off me. That's what I think personally. And we're just going to go through it and see how long we do it for, and however long it works for both of us, and however long it, yeah, continues. I mean, it's crazy, because let's say I stop at a year, like I'm already over halfway of feeding her. And that's like, it's going to be a massive shock to my system. I remember when my mum stopped feeding Freya and Hugo, she found it really hard. She found it really hard, and it's really hard for some mums to give it up. But I just want what's best for her. I just want what's best for her. It's not about me, it's about her. So whatever she needs, whatever she doesn't need, it's on her cue. I follow her cue. How did you find time to meal prep while watching Renalia? We really like the bumbo seat, because she can sit up with us, or she can sit on a chair and we can tie it to the chair. And we have to really, really watch her, obviously. But one thing I learned is when they're baby-led weaning, you don't tie them into their high chair, because obviously if they're gagging, or if they're choking, you need to get them out straight away. So that was really interesting to me. I am very, very, very lucky and very fortunate I have Spencer here, and Spencer does a lot of the meal prep while I play with Renalia, or, you know, vice versa. He'll play with Renalia and I will do the meal prep. So it just, or sometimes when she's napping, we'll meal prep. And get her meals done. We don't prep in advance though. Maybe we should be doing that, and freezing stuff. We don't do that yet, and we probably should be doing that. But we tend to use like the things in the next couple of days. So we'll put them in the fridge, and then, you know, if she's had potato sticks, we'll just put them in the fridge. But maybe we should start putting things in the freezers. I'm open for any advice if anyone has any. So if anyone has any like things that I should be doing, like putting stuff in the freezer, then please feel free to let me know. Will she be gluten and dairy free moving forward? Absolutely not. I'm only gluten and dairy free because I have to be. Spencer has gluten free pasta because he finds that when he has pasta he really bloats and he's really uncomfortable, but he doesn't have anything else gluten free. He eats his bread, he eats pastries, whatever he wants, etc. But he just finds pasta is the one that just really reacts with him. But he has all his dairy and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't. So, but I won't stop her from having any of that. You know, I want her to not have any aversions. I want her to have almond milk, oats, and I want her to have all different things, coconut milk. I want her to have all of that, but I also want her to have her dairy as well, because I grew up on dairy and I was fine until obviously I got my stomach condition. But if you can have it in your diet, then have it in your diet. If you're, you know, if you're vegan and stuff and you don't want to have that in your diet, there is obviously different books and stuff. In the book it does actually explain what you can substitute for different things, but I'm trying her with everything, so I want her to have a really eclectic flavour, and I really want her to have a good palate, because I grew up and I ate everything. My older brother didn't. He was much more fussy. But looking back, my mum and dad say that he probably had a tongue tie and they didn't know about it, because everything they had to make had to be blended and pureed, because he would choke on every single piece of food. So that's why I'm so glad we got Renalia's tongue tie revised, and it was cut, and it was stressful at the time, and it was stressful feeding. It was so painful. It was so stressful after she got it cut. We had to sort of reintroduce feeding, but wow, I'm so much happier because that tongue comes all the way out. She loves food. She loves drinking her milk out of a sippy cup. Not sippy cup. She likes egg cups actually because they're easier for her to hold. These sippy cups, this one I've got, she hasn't quite mastered it yet because you've got to put quite a lot of pressure for it to come out the sides, and she hasn't quite mastered that yet. So any recommendations for any cups and stuff, let me know. Best bowls and spoons and bibs. So the bowls we like are the suction bowls. So I think they're from, I don't know where they're from. They've just got suction ones, but
Daddy's not a massive fan.
Mummy loves spinach. We like these suction bowls, don't we? Do you like milk? Do you like this spinach?
I want one of them as a chopping board.
I think we've got a good spinach girl. Okay, so
Can't wait for the poo.
you want more? Excuse me? What have you done with our baby girl who just drinks milk?
we don't necessarily put too many bowls on her thing because actually she has it all on in front of her. If we are feeding her anything that's been mashed or pureed or anything like that, then we will definitely give it by a bowl. But she just tries to grab the bowl and chuck it sometimes, so I just leave like sticks and stuff on her plate. I just use the high chair as much as I can. Yeah, it's just easier. We are actually changing. We've got the Bumbo seat, we've got the bug from Mamas and Papas, but we've actually got the stocky high chair coming, and I've heard such amazing reviews about it, and it literally grows with the baby and the child and the adult, so I'm so glad we've got that coming, and I will document getting that and showing you that because apparently that's meant to be an amazing high chair and it lasts for years and years and years and years and years. So I will document how that goes because I feel like it's really important that she's at the table with us, but also being able to use the table and showing her that you have the plate on the table and things like that is really important for them to get, again, healthy habits and understanding. Love these spoons. These are from the Bardo. The Bardo, yeah, these ones, absolutely love them. She loves this one because she can teeth on one side and she sort of likes to play with it. It's really good for them to grip it on their hands, really, really good. And she can feel that that's sort of where she should hold, and she really, really likes these ones. Again, the Bardo ones as well. These ones actually go onto the bib that we've got. We need to get more of those bibs. But at the very beginning when we were feeding her, it was actually proving to be a bit annoying because she'd pick the bib up when it was on because it basically attaches all the way around her, and it's amazing. And it's amazing to get catching all the food, but she tries to pick it up and eat it. So we sort of tuck it down, tuck it in, but she really does. It's a really good bib and we need to get more of those. So if anyone has any recommendations for those kind of bibs, then let me know. These are probably the favourite ones, actually. These are the Doddle. These are the Doddle cutlery, and Doddle just, honestly, they hit differently. They're just so good. The spoons, the forks. I can't wait for her to get the older cutlery when she's older. I can wait because I don't want to rush it, but these are just brilliant. They're so good, and they're weighted. Not weighted, but they're a good sort of grip. You know, they're good grip, and they've got these little bits at the side for a baby to hold, and she really does like these, so I would recommend Doddle. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. Last question was, how did you go from puree to handheld food? So we didn't ever start with purees. No judgment here, by the way, because whatever you're feeding your baby, you're feeding your baby. It's like breast milk and formula milk. However you feed your baby, fed is best. But for us, we wanted to start this. We found it really interesting, and yeah, it says step-by-step plan to help your baby love their broccoli as much as their cake. I mean, if she likes her broccoli as much as she likes her cake, then she'll be like her mum. So I love broccoli. I bloody love her. I love broccoli. I don't love it as much as I love cake, I don't think. But yeah, we never started with pureed really. So in the book, obviously we've mashed stuff. Some things have been pureed, very tiny amounts, but most of the stuff's just been mashed and then just been given handheld and mashed to get different textures and have the spoon. So yeah, I'm going to put some video clips in now of Renalia trying different foods, and just you can see her reaction because she's so cute, and I just wanted to be able to document this, and also I get to look back at this when I'm older and she's older. So let me know what you think about her eating. Let me know if you have any positive feedback, or you know, any feedback that you want me to take on board. I will see you on Tuesday for a video. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a really good video. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, I will love you, and I'm going to leave you. I love you. Bye, angels.